Hello everyone and welcome to ErebosGaming. Got some more lightning returns here for you, and this is Round 'em Up. Yet another sheep rounding quest, but this time with the chocobo.
Another disaster! Those woolly-headed ovine have done it again! What goes on in those tiny heads of theirs? Why do they do this?
Sounds like you have more sheep trouble.
I'd say I do! The fuzzy sheep have effected a mass escape! Every single one of them gone!
Doctor, you must calm down.
What? Oh, sorry. You could hear me from over there?
They could hear you back in Luxarian, I'd say.
Oh, it's just I'm so upset. This young lady is Millie, a good friend of mine. Now, Millie, did you need something?
Nothing. It's just that, well, I think I know why the sheep ran away.
You do? Pray tell.
Last night, I heard some kind of ruckus around the pens. I couldn't tell what it was, but I'm thinking it must have put the sheep into a panic. Maybe it was some kind of monster, and it tried to get at the sheep.
I see. So the sheep were terrorized by the occurrences of the night. Something reminded them of it, and they bolted en masse. Well, that certainly would explain their behavior. But I'm no closer to getting them back. It is near impossible to herd a whole flock of panicked sheep. The only thing that could drive them back is something bigger and scarier than what they saw in the night. Something like a chocobo.
So, same as the previous sheep quest, but this time you just have to use a chocobo, so you just need to find the 3 flocks of sheep and guide them back. I've sped this up a little bit because, well, it's not very exciting really, is it? So we've got the scared sheep. There we go. 1 out of 3. We need to find the other one. The other ones are just down in this creek here. So this is a fearful sheep and his flock. Her flock. So same again. Take this guy back to where he's supposed to go. Just a little tip, if you just push down gently on your analog stick, you can make the chocobo walk, which makes it a bit easier to navigate. Especially when you've got to go a long distance, like with this one. This one becomes a bit annoying. He just wants to walk into the posts. We finally get him round there. There we go. And that's 2 out of 3. And the third one's just before the cliff. Just outside, just past that second pen. This one's the shaken sheep. There we go, 3 out of 3. Once done, talk to Dr. Sheep.
Words are not enough to express the depth of my gratitude, but thank you.
Don't lose them again.
Indeed, that mystery remains unsolved. Why did they flee in the first place? Millie suggested that a monster put a scare into them. She's nowhere to be seen. That's not like her.
Things to do, maybe?
Yes, perhaps, but I'm a bit worried. She seems a little troubled in recent days.
If I see her, I'll talk to her.
I'd be grateful if you did. Ah, I almost forgot the most important thing of all. I must present you with your just reward. Perhaps this means nothing, but do you ever get the feeling you're being watched? I do.
So there we got some nice creamy milk for the chocobo. Help it out a bit. Try and get its wings back to normal. Unless you have done that already. And you just need to find Millie, who's just at the other pen there.
What was I thinking? I'm a fool.
What are you talking about?
Well... Alright, I'll confess. It was me who did it. I was the one who made all the sheep run away like that. There was no monster. There never was. In the dead of night, I saddled up a chocobo and rode around the pens, whooping and shouting.
And that's what panicked the sheep? But why would you do that?
Well, it's complicated. You see, I really wanted to give Dr. Sheep a reason to talk to you.
So that's what this has been all about. Wouldn't it have been easier to just introduce us, like normal people do?
He's been excited ever since he heard about your arrival in the Wildlands. But he's terribly shy, the doctor. He'd never be able to just approach a stranger, no matter how much I prodded him. Not in normal circumstances, it just wasn't going to happen, so I came up with a plan. I had to make him desperate enough that he'd totally need your help. Then he'd have to talk to you.
So you chased away all the sheep. That threw the doctor into a total panic. You figured that in his desperation, he'd forget his shyness and talk to me.
It does sound crazy looking back on it, but it worked. Except that since then, the sheep have been incredibly nervous and high-strung. Any little thing is enough to set them off stampeding out of their pens and into the wilderness.
Cannot be good for them.
I know, I feel terrible about the whole thing. All I wanted to do was help the doctor, but instead I've made him worried sick. Not to mention years of research almost went down the toilet.
If you're really sorry, you should tell the doctor what you did.
No, I couldn't. What if he ended up hating me?
If you don't, he's gonna keep worrying about what scared his sheep in the first place. Are you okay with that? You care for each other, don't you? Then tell him the truth.
Care for each other? What do you mean? That is to say, yes, we do, but...
You said it yourself. He's a very shy man, but he talks to you easily enough. Seems to me he thinks of you as something more than just a colleague. Just talk to him. He'll understand.
All right, I will. Thank you so much. You've been so kind to me, despite all the trouble I caused you.
There we go, quest complete. A nice amount of gil for a relatively simple quest. And as usual, some nice stat boosts as well. So I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.